Obviously, this is the lower bowl behind me, the west end zone. It's going to be opened up for the 08 football season. What, about 8 months from now, huh?
About 8 months from now.
So we're gonna open it up, and we'll have fans sitting in the lower bowl. The upper levels won't be finished yet, but we'll have most of the outside surfaces on them. And I'm gonna let Rob here talk a little bit about what we've done since the football season and what we're doing up there right now.
The white stuff you see going on right now on the exterior face is the EFIS system. We've got it now framed, about 1/3 of it framed and ready for our windows that go in there. The top 2 levels right there will be getting motorized windows similar to what we have on the north and the south sides up on the suites level. We get 2 levels of them here. As you can see, we got about 1/3 of it here. On this area here where you see the plastic, we just made our last concrete pour on the roof level or concourse level, and in the center here you can see daylight through the concourse level. That area there is scheduled to be complete with concrete by the middle of next month, 15 February. And as we come around, as we've made that last concrete pour and the decks are all loaded, we'll start the framing and scaffold systems that you see over here on the south side, on the north side.
Well, we're making progress on the outside here and starting to close the building on the outside. We're also doing the same thing on the west face of the building. But for now, let's go downstairs and take a look at the field level and see what kind of progress is going on down there.
Since we last did a walkthrough that I was a part of, we didn't have the freezers and coolers, and we didn't have the dry storage areas up. And just to show you the complexity of all the piping and everything that has to happen in these areas overhead, as well as the boxes set, just it kind of gives you an idea of just how many people they're actually going to be feeding on this campus in this facility. It's just a lot of storage, food storage here.
Equipment storage area right here. You can see we have the rails down the floor. There'll be sliding racks of shoulder pads, helmets, tennis shoes, all kinds of football gear will slide back and forth on those rails on the floor. What you're looking at right there is the team meeting rooms, the offense and defensive coordinators' team meeting rooms. This area right here, just outside the team meeting rooms, is going to be a football gallery. You can see the soffits up in the ceiling, the recessed ceiling spaces in the shape of a football. Be over the top of some NFL highlight pictures, OSU players that are in the NFL, that kind of stuff. Some museum type space out here. Panning around here, getting into the locker room area now. You can see we put a lot more framing up in the locker room. We won't start putting in sheetrock in here until probably around March when we get conditioning down here, heating and air conditioning running down here. So we don't get any mold problems with the sheetrock, but we're getting all the framing up and electrical in the walls, getting ready for that. Okay, right now we're on the north side of the project right now, looking at the escalators in the north tower. We looked at the south tower escalators last time we did the video, as we talked about vertical transportation a little bit. This is just the first one set from the field level or the basement going up to the plaza level, which is the ground level. And you can see there's another one sitting right next to it there that's going to be going down while the other one's going up. So instead of having to turn the escalators around and go up and down, depending on what time of the game it is, we're going to have 2 sets of escalators with them up and down on each side for this project. What we have here is the secondary feeders coming into the building. We saw the duct bank being built outside in a previous video. These are underground conduits that go towards that duct bank and come into the building and then feed this main electrical gear here in the main electrical room. If you scan around here, you can see the gears all opened up, and they're actually pulling cables in over here. They've got all the spools of cable set up over here, and the machine's feeding the cable to them. There's a gentleman on the other side, outside the building, with a piece of equipment pulling the cable through the conduits. Right here, it doesn't look like we've done a lot, but there's an awful lot in the ceiling space now that wasn't there before. A lot of duct work, electrical conduit, chill water lines, just all different utilities for the building.
You can see that in the escalator tower on the south side, we finished the brick. Down below, that's the ticket booth area. We've got the escalators in place. We've started our EFS system. We've got the foam in place on the west face here. You can see up top we've started putting our seal coats for the EFS system. That's the first coat that you see up there. It's a gray scratch coat. We come back with the finish coat over the top of that. We are now in the process of starting our framing for all the enclosures on this side also. Back from the existing south stadium, working back north, you can see we've installed a construction elevator to make it to ease up how we get back and forth with our people and material. The temporary elevator that we have right there is good for 7,000 pounds, so there's quite a bit of things that we can move up and down with it. You can see in this Tower 2, Sector 2, that's our, we got 3 bank elevators in there. We also have the stairwell system that goes from the plaza to the upper concourse. There's 80,000 block in this, about twice as many concrete blocks in it as there is over here in this Tower 1 escalator tower. And the block is complete. We've just now started brick on the bottom side. At this time we're working on all the brick ledges, making sure all the clips that hold the block to the steel structure are in place. Once that is done, at the end of this week, the brick will start going up.
Kind of cleaned it up a little bit. We've got all the wire pulled from the main boxes into the outlet boxes and ready for the wall finishes to go on. We're going to start painting in here next week. We're putting the overhead sprinkler system in right now. It's probably the last of the ceiling space things that have to go in, last of the utilities. And then we'll be ready to put the paint on the block walls and start putting in sheetrock and ceilings. Our goal is to have the kitchen equipment set in this building. That's our goal. Our mandate, our schedule is to put the equipment in this building in June and July so that the month of August to test out equipment and stock it and get ready to go. I think that's pretty much a good tour of our progress for now, and we appreciate you guys coming out. Keep track of us. Spring game's just around the corner here. We're going to start spring practice in March, so it seems like football is coming right back at us again already. So look forward to seeing you later.